what you just said was
Well, and they don't want to
okay.
talk. They'll put a wall up. They'll actually put a wall up. Don't want to talk to you. Don't want to hear what you have to say. It's like you're not relevant, and what you have to say is not relevant. And they're not racist. Period. Yes, you are.
Right, and and that's the thing. It's like I can only imagine what it feels like to be on that side of the fence. You know what I mean? Like being a part of a family. Like being like a member of a family that happens to be, deeply rooted in with some racist values or racist views. You know what I'm saying? And how to the struggle of having to unlearn that yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only imagine
Yeah.
what
Well,
you've had
I've
to.
always. It was never in me. I didn't let them put it in me. Okay. I've been a rebel my whole life, but I've recognized it, it hurts. It hurts my heart to see that, and I want to like just reach in and pull that seed out of people. But you can't do that when people won't let you get close to them and won't own it.
Yeah, I mean, but then it's like, how do you have that conversation with someone? Like let me because I really appreciated you calling in. To be really honest, Jazzy, I really do appreciate you calling in because there is that other side of it, right? It's
Yeah.
that struggle of trying to figure out how you are going to say you come from a family that is racist. You are
Yeah.
deep seated in that world of racism. It's all over. It's everywhere you turn. It's everywhere you turn. Racism just is there. How do you of all people, how were you able to be brought up without getting soaked into those racist views? How were you able to think outside the box for yourself? Because that's something that I'd like to know. You know what I'm saying? Given like what you just said
It's
was
just my
heart
heart,
wrenching.
man. I don't really know how to explain it. It's always just not been in my heart, and I didn't want it to be in my heart, and I didn't ever choose to believe that any part of that was anything to do with any kind of religious belief or of God or anything, because I always felt in my heart that God is love and we're supposed to love each other, and that's what we're put here for, is to just love each other, and all this other stuff, is just, it's man-made crap. It's stuff that, and I do. I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person, and I believe in good and evil. And I believe that racism is evil. I believe that there's one human race. I've always felt that deep, deep inside me. I've always just known that. We're all just people. We're supposed to just love each other.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't, and I really can't explain it past out. It's just the fight. I was born with that fight inside me. I wouldn't accept it. I just
I mean,
and I'm glad of that. I'm glad I didn't turn out like my some in my family may have wanted me to. I'm very actually proud of that. They might not be, but I am, because I wouldn't want to be like them.
Yeah. No, and I got to be honest. I mean, it's nice to know that you are someone that is willing to think for yourself and also
and
make your own
yeah.
make your own judgments for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that are not like
Yep.
you. You are a very rare breed, where there's a lot of people out there that only are willing to learn or hear what their parents or other people around them say, and then they say that is truth. Those are truths. That's it, and they just throw up their hands and go, "Okay, it's a done deal." And it's like, no, it's more than that. It's much, much more than that.
Exactly.
And it's also being able to go out there, search for those truths yourself, and see it for yourself. And majority of the time, you'll find out that while you, like your perfect example of the majority of the time, if you go out there and look outside of that box that you have been confined into, you realize that the world is beautiful and the people that are in it are beautiful, and they're all different races and colors and cultures and etc. And
Exactly.
it's not what's
And
being
when
said.
you are so full of fear, you're never going to see that. You're never going to learn that. You're never going to experience that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I really do appreciate you being able to speak on this you know what I mean? Like, speak on this and tell us your truth and tell us the story. Because, I mean, it is such a, it's heavy. And it's also,
Yeah, it
it's
is
also,
heavy. I wasn't even sure how I was going to get it out.
yeah, no. But it's
Yeah.
also important to hear that other side, because it's so easy. Like, for example, me, you know, it's so easy to speak on my own experience because it is my own experience, and knowing what it feels like to be, you know,
Yeah.
put into a situation where I have to explain things, you know, to my fellow white brethren and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's interesting when you have somebody who is on the other side of the fence that finds themselves emancipating themselves from their family views, from their family racist views, and finding, you know, their
Yep.
own opinions, finding their own voice in that situation. Then also on top of that, it's like, how do you deal with the other question is like, how do you deal with when you do have to see that family, when you because obviously you still are close with your family, I'm assuming. So it's like,
Well, I
how do
can
you
tell
deal
you
with
for the
that
most
on a daily
part-
basis? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For a long time, I argued with them, and then I got bored of it because I felt like, well, not bored's the wrong word. I just got tired of the battle because they were so adamant they wouldn't hear me. They just couldn't. They just refused to hear me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for the most part, I've just distanced, and that's sad, but it's true. Just distance myself from them. I see them in passing or for short periods of time. We do not discuss politics or anything else, and if that comes up, I'm out. You know, they know
Yeah.
where I stand, and some of them will look down on me for that, and that's fine because I want them to know where I stand. But you know. So they're not gonna. At least they respect me enough. They're not gonna bring that up around me. And if they do, it's gonna be hell. 'Cause oh my God, don't get me started. Anyway, but you know, so that's the thing. So for the most part, I've just distanced myself from them, and I've got a great family of supporters online from all over the world who have shared similar experiences. That are many of them are mixed race. Many of them are involved in the same things that I am, and I'm no longer able to get out and protest. But I have a lot of friends that are out there doing that, and you know, it's been a good thing. These years I've been involved in these things. It's that even though I've had to distance myself from so many around me, that I feel a great deal of support coming from people all over the world that love me and think that Jazzy is just some awesome sauce. So it really doesn't, you know, it kind of like makes me, it makes me know, and I feel God through those people, honestly, Pascal. If you want to use the term God, that's how I feel God's love.
That's what's up. Through people.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful thing, Jazzy. I mean, you are definitely an awesome human being. I really do appreciate you telling us your story. Because it's not something that we don't hear that side. We don't hear that perspective very often, especially on this show. And I can only imagine how hard it is for you, or how hard it was for you, to be able to shake certain things off or unlearn things, and relearn a new language. But Jazzy, I really do appreciate you calling and telling us your story. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Pascal. Keep rocking it, dude.
Thank you, Jazzy. I'll do my best. You have a good one, all right?
All right.
All right.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for your call. It's a great story to hear.
That was a great story. Unfortunately, we lost the feed out of nowhere, and I appreciate everybody still finding us during this, you know, during that time that we literally shut off. But that was quite a story. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chris Collins, Bloomington, Illinois.
Chris Collins, what's up, man? Speak on it. What's on your mind? What are your thoughts on this situation? Speak on it, my brother.
Hey, man, we most definitely need to stop the racism. We are the human race. We're human beings, but we're not being human.
Yeah.
And we all need to look at the palm of our hand right now, and I guarantee it's pink. So when you realize that and show me the palm of your hand, I'll show you peace on earth, because it's in our hands.
That's beautifully said,
We need
man.
to open people's minds up.
You're absolutely right. It is time. It is time that we do start opening each other's minds up, and we try to do our best to transcend, to move on, to push forward. There's only so much we can do. There's only so much that we can do, and it's really frustrating when you are stuck, in this kind of situation, where you just want to do better. You just want to live life. You just want to live life. You want to live life with the people that you love, with the friends that you have, without any judgment. And you're absolutely right. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that need to start looking at the palm of their hand, though. Let's just be straight funky on that, Chris. There's a lot.
That's right.
There's a lot,
Open their eyes and look. That's all they got to do. And the beautiful thing is we've got something to bring every community together in unity. Because right now you live in a community, but it don't have unity.
Yeah.
So we need to embrace them with a positive purpose and show equality.
I couldn't agree more.
And that's and that's the project that we're working on right now. And we're actually getting our launch this week. We just had some Fortune 500 companies step in and back our charity up, and it's wonderful. I've been wanting to talk with you and see if we couldn't do a show and, let people know that there is something wonderful happening, and it's a $0 donation. So we're not asking for your money. We're asking for your support. And if you give us the support, these Fortune 500 companies will give us the money.
Sounds dope. I would love to. We definitely need to chat. We definitely need to chat it up. So be sure to send me a message on Facebook, because I know you're watching from Facebook. So please, message me on Facebook and we'll link it up. We'll get something. We'll chop it up and see what we can do. Okay. Yeah.
That sounds good, because we got a movement happening down there in St. Louis. It's time to get that right.
You know what? Darn tootin'. I can't believe I just said darn tootin', but I did.
That's all right. It's time, and that's all I'll say about that. It's time, and it's happening.
Let's go, man. Hit me up. Hit me up, and we'll
do it.
We'll talk about it, Chris. But thank you so much for the phone call, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. Peace. Let's see. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Sonny.
Sonny, what's up, Sonny? How you doing, sweetheart? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Okay, crap. I'm nervous. All right.
Don't worry, I don't bite hard. I promise. I don't bite hard.
All right, I'm gonna be frank. I might offend. You know what I mean? Listen, I feel like there's racism, in the world. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it's something that's never going to end. You know what I mean? I feel like we get too utopian about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love it too. I'd love world peace. You know what I mean? I love it if we all... My thing is like, with a lot of like the tabloid fodder going on, I find it disheartening. You know what I mean? Like, most people in my class that I live in, I'm poor,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the food stamps, all that.
Right on.
Like we go through, I lost most of my friends from heroin addictions all the way down to COVID. I just lost 4 of my friends and friends' relatives to COVID. You know what I mean? It's like, I get so tired of hearing these rich people, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I feel like our culture in America is going in a very disturbing direction. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way, Like, when I see people, like, I know this sounds crazy, like, when I see people on their phones, like, you can even see them on the street, and they're in a group, and they're around regular people, but they're not talking to each other. They're on these phones. It looks to me like their heads are bowed, like they're praying to them. Like,
mm-hmm.
I'm old school. Like, I'm traditional. I came... I never grew up super wealthy or nothing, but I came from a good family, and it's like, I feel like when I was young, and I know, because you're probably around my age, I'm in my mid-30s, I feel like a lot of stuff was happening back then. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, you had racism, all the same things that's going on now.
Oh, yeah.
But in a way, I felt like we were freer. Like, we had parties, we had fun, we were around each other. You know, I feel like, especially like post 9/11, you know, we all agreed, oh, this is horrible, stuff like that. I don't know, I have my theories about that too, but it's like today, we can't come together. And we're being more divided by our technologies. Like, I've lost friends over Facebook. You know, friends I grew up with my whole life over disagree. It's really bizarre, this period we're living in.
Yeah, it is bizarre.
You know, and I'm spiritual. I'm a Christian by religion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't judge, I don't care what anybody says. You know what I mean? In your house, your business. But, like, I have those traditional, I don't know. I feel sorry for these kids today, and it's like, I do understand about the Sharon Osbourne. Like, is anybody really surprised about her? Like, anybody surprised about the Royal Palace? Like, I mean, those people are weird.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
it's like, I don't know, though, but isn't it weird? Like, people know more about these celebrities than they know about their own family. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think what I think is that I agree. I mean, I'm not surprised by Sharon Osbourne. I'm not surprised by.
Yeah.
I mean, the bombshell was a big surprise, like that there was actual somebody saying that out loud is pretty shocking. You know, for them to sit there and go, "Oh, racism within the
especially
royal
in somebody's
family."
position like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not surprised. But they're going to sit here and deny till they're blue in the face, saying that they're not racist when I have not yet seen any person aside from the few that have like Prince Harry and maybe other people of the royal family have married outside of their race. But other than that, I mean, majority of it has been white. So I'm not surprised for the royal family to do that. But when you start, like, for example, with Sharon Osbourne, when you start a conversation with, I'm not racist, I don't have a racist bone in my body, okay, that's not the right way to start the conversation. I'm just going to let you know. That's not the best idea, because that makes you look bad, period. That's when everybody starts looking at you going,
no doubt about that.
Right.
You know?
So when it comes to that, it's very interesting. Like when you pull this out, when you point this out, it's like, yes, it is absolute madness that we live in a time where, I mean, the goal, like Mr. Super just said, like us just having world equality would be amazing. I mean, and yes,
right.
I do believe that is the goal. That is the absolute 110% the goal, is to bring equality to everyone. And so that we can all live under this roof called the world in a happy world, in a happy way.
Right. And you know what? There's enough wealth on this planet. Nobody should be homeless right now. Nobody.
Yep.
You know, nobody should be suffering on these streets, dying, can't get health care. You know, they spend all this money on war. Half of that, you know, these stimulus packages, it goes to war. You can't give us Medicare for all. You can't pass the Med for All vote. It's like...
Well, you know, when it comes to...
I don't know if they're taking advantage of our divisions to rob us, you know, or...
Well, they've been robbing us.
I don't know.
They've been robbing us.
Right,
I mean, if we're going to talk about Medicare for all, which is a whole other Charles Dickens story in itself.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that when it comes to that, they want to keep their hands in our pockets. That's how big pharma and all that stuff keep their hands in our pockets. That's how they keep us poor. That's how they keep us all screwed up. But if we had universal health care for all, this would be a totally different conversation. But we can't talk about that right now. But hey, I do.
Too much.
I do appreciate the phone call. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate you too.
Yeah, thanks for answering. I appreciate it. God bless.
Sir. You too. God bless, sweetheart. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for calling.
Yes, I could probably take one more phone call and then I got to wrap it up, B. Yes, and really quick, I have to say, please hit that like button down below. I'm sorry about what happened. My whole rig just basically shut down in the middle of that last conversation, and it was that was a big conversation. I'm so angry that you guys didn't get a chance to hear all of it, but yeah, it was a great conversation. Let's do this one last phone call. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, bud? This is Rob from Anaheim.
This is Walt, you said?
No, Robert.
Robert. Robert from Anaheim. How you doing, Robert? What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
I'm good, man. Hey, so as far as Sharon Osbourne, I've dealt with a lot of people like that, and I honestly think she doesn't believe she's racist.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think she's all that racist. In my opinion, there's like this massive spectrum from like straight up, Klansmen to people who aren't, right? So I think she's somewhere like on the lower end, but she just doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it, how she it doesn't have to be overt. Like everyone tries to make it seem like you have to be a card-carrying member of the Nazis or something like that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's not how it is.
No,
that's not how it is. But
no.
Now something because you were talking about the cops earlier, how they were busting up, these gatherings and all that with the lady who was killed.
Yes, for the vigil. Yes.
And David, I'm not sure, but did you say you're from Kentucky?
No. Originally, I was from that area. I was grew up in Cincinnati.
Okay, my bad. So, Kentucky is passing this. They're attempting to pass, I guess, a law that it's kind of vague. Basically, if you look at a cop wrong, say something to them.
It's basically verbal. Yeah. If you accost them verbally, if you curse at them, or if they feel insulted, then they can literally throw you. They can literally arrest you. It's like the SB 101 or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but it is a ridiculous bill that they're trying to push. That they're trying to pass in Kentucky that will literally say, hey, if you sit there and instead of just saying F you, po-po, if you literally just say you fat, ugly son of a such and such, and that person, that cop feels like their feelings got hurt, they can arrest your ass. They can literally arrest your ass right then and there, which is ridiculous. Right. Yeah. But what about it? I wanted to point that out because that's literally a violation of your freedom of speech. That's what, when people throw that term around, that's what that is. It's not being kicked off Facebook. Now, Sharon Osbourne, I'm sure you're going to hear about Bill Burr, who's going to get canceled from Twitter or whatever. How it's going to be like, my freedom of speech. I mean, that's their prerogative. Wait a second.
They can do that. They own those platforms.
So Bill Burr is going to get canceled from Twitter? What?
Yeah, I guess because whatever he said at the whatever that award show was last night, he made some allegedly offensive jokes, and I guess people are going after him on Twitter.
Wait a second. Hold up. Now we got to look at. Hold up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
sorry, that's news.
I guess he's gonna try and get canceled, but that's not that's not a violation of freedom of speech. That's their platform, which is silly that they're going to kick him off for that. But I mean, that's a different story. So. I just want people to understand there's a very clear distinction between, violating your First Amendment, your freedom of speech, and then cancel culture. You gotta draw a line between those things.
Have mercy, bruh. Okay, you realize you just gave me a pop-up video, which is exactly what I'm gonna do as soon as we get done with this show. You just gave me a pop-up video that I gotta check this, because that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I didn't see all of the Grammys last night. And so seeing his stand-up, we most definitely, now I need to go and see his stand-up now and see why he's going to get canceled.
It didn't really land because there's no audience there, so it's kind of awkward.
Of course.
It seemed like very, very, I don't know, the whole thing seemed weird. Anyways, you're going to hear that, so I just want people to know that's not your violation of your First Amendment, that's cancel culture. There's a difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and the thing is,
man.
It's funny because you look at like late night shows nowadays, they don't really have an audience either. So they're putting out all these jokes, and it's just like deadpan. Like, it's dead. They go from one joke to the next joke to the next joke, and they're throwing out these jokes, but there's nobody in the room to laugh, so you don't even know if you're supposed to laugh or not.
Yeah, no, in a way. It's awkward. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
But that's it, man. I just wanted to call in and let you know about that.
Thank you.
Thing. And if that stuff starts happening, man, I mean, like you said, you look at a cop wrong, I mean, they can say anything. You know what I mean?
It's a wrap, son. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Which is wrong. It's wrong. That's violating our rights, for sure. Violating the rights. Put your hands on a cop, yes, absolutely. You should be arrested. You know what I mean? But you sitting there going, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? Feelings. You suddenly getting arrested because you're going, you're fat, cop. He's just like, well, I've been working on my Pilates. How dare you? That doesn't make any sense to me. But okay. You want to get arrested because he's calling you fat? That's interesting. You know?
All right, bro.
All right, brother. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for
I'm going to take off. Thanks, man.
All right, man.
Yep.
Peace.
Take care.
You know,
See, I thought Bill Burr was above being canceled. I thought we were at that point.
No,
I guess not.
He is not untouchable. I mean, they've been trying to get him, okay, let's be real, and I'm obviously going to probably say this in my pop-up video, but let's be real. He has definitely been on the chopping block for a while. They have been trying to cancel his ass for a while. Now he is sitting here saying whatever he needs to say, and that on the Grammys night. But here it is. It's the same thing with Gina Carano. She was on the chopping block several different times, but they're not going to stop being who they are. You know, he did his stand-up on SNL. That put him under fire quite a bit. A lot of the white women community felt some type of way about his jokes. They got very angry. So then he was on the chopping block then as well. Then when he started talking about the Gina Carano thing, and he was just like, I don't even know if I can say anything because I don't want to get fired. And then, you know, everyone's sitting there going, oh, you know, people were starting to feel some type of way about him not really addressing the story. But then he did say what he had to say about it. And then everyone felt some type of way about it, basically saying he shouldn't have said what he said. And he should be like, if he's going to defend her, then he should get canceled too, so on and so forth. So I guess they're waiting for this Grammy thing to happen. And then they were going to, they're like, yes, got him. Cancel him now. You know what I mean? What were you going to say?
I was going to say that, like, the Gina Carano thing really exploded a lot more than just him, though, because even, Favreau, the director and writer, left, and Pedro Pascal, the main actor, was talking about stepping down if he hasn't already done so. I'm not sure at this point.
He probably has. I mean, he's just probably going, well, there's no point. This is kind of ridiculous for us all to sit here and do all this crap, and then, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. I didn't even know he was even on the Grammys last night, and now everybody's talking about it. So I'm gonna have to do one as soon as possible. But anyway, thank you everyone for all the phone calls. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for finding us, because I know that we had a large amount of people watching on the other stream, and then suddenly my rig just decided to shut down on me. Gotta love that. It wasn't the internet this time. It was the rig. Gotta love that. But those things do happen, but I'm glad you guys were able to find me again and do that. And I think it's all because of not only you guys are amazing and dope, but also your notification bells are on. By all means, please, 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 if you haven't done it yet, hit that notification bell so that you know whenever I go live or whenever I pop up with a video, with one of my pop-up videos. Also, please join our Discord. Please do that. Please, please, please. Check out my merch. Link is in the description box as well. Do all of that. And if you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button. Please, please. David, thank you so much for being on, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's a great show today.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show. You know what I'm saying? We doing what we do. People are calling in. There's a lot to talk about, And racism is such an interesting conversation because everyone has their own perspective, own piece of information. We all have our own experiences with racism, how we've dealt with it, how we run away from it, all that stuff. Yeah, it's a tough conversation. Let's just be completely straight funky. It is a very tough conversation. There is no right answer to racism, but it's how you receive the information if you're wanting to learn. And I think that's what it comes down to with Sharon Osbourne. It was about how she approached it. She could have approached it in a better way. She only came out as ignorant, and that's what's so frustrating about that story. And now there's more coming out, and she might get canceled. And that sucks. That really, really sucks. And I'll say this. No one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Does she deserve to get canceled for this? I guess we leave it up to the general public and to the cancel culture to see what they're going to do. If she's done enough to be on the cancel chopping block for everyone to see. We'll see. You know what I mean? V, I totally agree. All the callers were amazing today. I really appreciate everybody for coming in and pouring their hearts and telling their stories. I always appreciate that. That's why I love having this Speak On It segment on the show now. It's crucial, especially now that we have such a huge family. Family's just growing, exceeding my expectations. I mean, shoot, we're at 31,000 subscribers. Okay, and it's amazing. Like I said, if you haven't done it yet, join our Discord, please. Join the Discord so that you know whenever I have new things that are starting to pop off, any announcements, etc. I do put them on the community page as well, but you guys like to talk and chat it up with the fam, inside that Discord. It's a beautiful community that's been growing over there. It's amazing. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, I will be having a huge conversation about BLM. Because we were having a huge conversation about it on Saturday afternoon Speak On It show. And we definitely need to talk about just BLM, whether they should rebrand, etc. We will be talking about that on Tuesday night's show. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, as usual, at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that and join. Hit that subscribe button. Rebecca, thank you. She said, I'd subscribe more than once if I could. I appreciate that. That's why you guys are the best family on the internet. I love all y'all. But anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time or in this pop-up video, which I'm pretty much going to do here in about 15 minutes. So be on the lookout for this Bill Burr thing. All right? See you guys in a little bit. This is The Pascal Show. Bye. Check out my merch.